I'm Helen. I'm the London Regional Secretary of the Socialist Party, which is part of the Committee for Workers International and connected to the Democratic Socialist Movement in Nigeria. And we're here protesting against police brutality and the treatment of Seun Kuti, who hasn't been given access to his lawyer or his family, properly been able to be in touch with them, and has been arrested on the basis of a video and hasn't been given bail. We say, how come this is when the police can act, but they can't act against themselves? When there's violent videos of them beating up ordinary people, nothing happens, and therefore we have to get organised both here and support the organising in Nigeria of people against police brutality, against the state, and against the corrupt system that exists today.
I'm Seun Kuti from Movement of the People in Nigeria, which is the party that Seun Kuti is the pro tem chairman of. And we are here, of course, to join you guys, who, we are very happy that you've organized this in solidarity. Of course, the issue of police brutality is an issue that concerns all of us, working people across the world. And in Nigeria, it is a major symptom of what is wrong with the society. The society is corrupt, it's degraded, it basically needs a revolution. And the police is there to essentially keep order for the state, but is not interested in justice. It's about injustice. And what has now happened is Seun Kuti was accused of doing something, and now we see all the symptoms of degradation of the police manifest. Just a few years ago, MOP, the political party, was formed because of NSAS, during the NSAS struggle, when a lot was revealed about how the police operate with impunity and kill people, lock people up, and do lots of bad things to people. But we said it at the time that police brutality goes beyond the question of SARS. It's the whole rotten system, the police and the judiciary all together. Since that time, a lot of innocent people have been picked up during the NSAS struggle, have languished in prison on trumped-up charges, no bail. People spend 10 to 20 years in prison because they couldn't get bail and eventually get innocent. So now we are seeing now Seun Kuti, who is a well-known person, has been in their hands, and they've been using all sorts of tricks. They're trying to take blood from him. They're trying to, do various things to him and to prevent his bail, and to try and exact a pound of flesh on him, because they're trying to say that you can't stand up to this. But what Seun represents is that we can't stand up to this. We are not going to be fearful if we come together and stand against it. So we are going to make sure that we free Seun Kuti, and beyond this, we are going to continue to push for an end to the system, both the police and the system of Nigeria that allows this kind of system that for the very few can buy the police if they want, and for the vast majority the police is against them. It's a force to be used against them. So thank you very much everyone for coming out, and continue to demand for the release of Seun Kuti and for all political prisoners, all prisoners in the hands of the police who are innocent. Thank you.
We always begin by honouring our ancestors, and we'll do that through the drum. So my name is Omowale Rupatemru. I'm a member of the Pan-African Society Community Forum. And we've come out today in solidarity. First, let's give thanks to MOP for organising this event in support of Seun. We give thanks to the Socialist Party for helping to organise this event in honour of Seun, and we give thanks to all of those organisations that have contributed in some way to this defence campaign for Seun, who is held as a political prisoner right now in Nigeria. The Pan-African Society Community Forum has been involved in many political prisoner campaigns, including the Munyamu Jamal campaign, including the Grenada 17 and many others. This first came to our attention via the internet when we saw a very brief clip of what appeared to be a young man slapping another man. It was an abbreviated clip which appeared designed to give the worst possible impression of the young man delivering the slap. I say that because there was no context to the slap. It simply showed an act of what appeared to be aggression. And we became skeptical from that point. Because why would anybody edit just that section in order to broadcast? And why would anybody broadcast just that section widely around the world, other than to tarnish the image of the person delivering the slap? We're told that the person delivering the slap was Seun Kuti, son of the great Fela Kuti. We're told that the person receiving the slap was a police officer. We are not told why the slap was delivered. We are not told what the act of provocation was to make such a thing happen, such an out of character action occur. We're not told these things. We're not even given the slightest hint of these things. But it's quite clear that the action was provoked and that the action came from a place of anger. And though I don't know the detail, it's likely to come from a place of defense. And I say that confidently because we know another dimension of this particular element of struggle is police brutality. And I have seen with my own eyes videos of police in Nigeria mercilessly slapping people in the street with gun in hand. You know, so that if the person protests, they know what's coming next is a bullet. So we know that police brutality, severe police brutality, exists in Nigeria. And if a young man was fearful for the lives of his family, his wife, his child, and whoever else may have been with him, it's quite natural for him to respond in a defensive way, in a defensively violent way. Defensive violence is different from offensive violence. We must understand this. Yeah? Just as we understand in the greater imperialism, defensive wars, the liberation struggles we would call them, are different from imperialist wars. Because defensive wars are about expelling unwanted foreign parties from our soil. Imperialist wars are about attacking and taking over, stealing other people's soil. So there's a difference between defensive and offensive violence. And so the action must be understood within the context of defensive violence. But having briefly just looked at that, I also saw on the internet an image of Seun in handcuffs. Now, why is an image of Seun Kuti in handcuffs being broadcast around the world?